How many years have we seen Gate City miss free throws?
A lot. That's 8 they missed. Happens a lot. Clark, free throw, good. But, most of the time, Gate City makes just enough to win. It's not one of their strong suits. They have shot them pretty good this year, though, until the last couple of nights. Smith has it, lobs it cross court to Dockery. Dockery out front to Warner. Lobs it along the baseline to Lindholm. Turnaround jumper, won't go. Rebound, Kilgore for the Blue Devils. Kilgore has it, races in front court, gets it to Bateman, back to Kilgore. Swing it cross court to Clark. Open for the three. Shot by Clark. Won't go. Well, it tries. It just won't go. Lindholm rips it out of there for Twin Springs. Quickly in front court. Here comes Smith. Gets it back to Warner. 40 seconds to go. Dockery down along the baseline. Lindholm. Lindholm shot up good and he's fouled. Logan Bateman picks up the foul. Lindholm with the bucket.
Bateman said, I just had my hands up.
No, he fouled him.
Well, you know how that works.
Yeah, he fouled him. Got him with the body. So Lindholm will try to give Twin Springs a 4-point lead with 40 seconds to go.
E-step checks in
for Kilgore. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Lindholm's free throw on the way, and good.
Got a nice roll.
4-point Titan lead. 37 seconds to go, third quarter. McMurray has it. Gets it over here to Clark. Back to McMurray. McMurray shoved by Dockery. It's about time.
Well, Dockery's been all over him all night.
Foul on Dockery.
And he's done a good job.
Yeah, he has. Mark's done a good job on Jesse. But you're going to get caught shoving off like that in front of the official most of the time. On the inbounds, Humphreys has it. Skips it over here to Bateman. 25 seconds to go, third quarter. Devils trailing Twin Springs by 4. Clark has it out near the center circle, or near the center timeline. 12 seconds, 10 seconds, 8. And Clark dribbles it off of his foot out of bounds. Clark will check out. Parks in. Hackney in for Humphreys. 5 seconds to go. Third quarter. Titans lead. Here's Castle in front court. He's fouled by Parks. Non-shooting foul. 3.6 seconds to go.
Not a bad foul.
Twin Springs will inbounds at midcourt. Warner to throw it in. Gets it into Lindholm. Lindholm will fire up a three. Won't go. Webb catches it, but that's the end of the third quarter. With a score, Twin Springs 46, Gate City 42. Fourth quarter of play. Region D championship game. It's Twin Springs 46, Gate City 42. Twin Springs trailed early. About halfway through the second quarter, 33-18. But since then, they've outscored Gate City 28-9. Here's Smith, drives down, shot up good. Nobody cut him off. Smith just drove to the bucket. 6-point lead, biggest lead of the night for the Titans.
Yeah, nobody there.
McMurray for Gate City. He'll launch a three. Shot won't go. Rebound coming out there with it. Twin Springs Warner has a 2-on-1 fast break. Warner drives all the way down. Pass broken up by Parks. Stolen away by McMurray. Great defense by Parks. McMurray has it across the timeline for Gate City.
That was almost a gimme for Twin Springs.
Parks has it. Gets it to E-step. Lindholm lays off E-step. Hits it down low to Will Humphreys. Shot up. It'll go.
Yeah, nice roll.
Well, the thing is, Webb couldn't do anything about it. He plays with 4 fouls. That's a good move on Gate City's part. Take the ball to.
If I was Gate City, I'd do it again and again and again.
Warner has it out front. Here's a lob down low. Throws it away. Tried to get it to Webb, and it goes out of bounds. So it's a 4-point Twin Springs lead. Gate City with the basketball. A minute gone in the fourth quarter. McMurray for Gate City. Gets it over here left side to E-step. Back out on top. McMurray. Long three. No good. Rebound tipped around. Will Humphreys has it. Wheel spins, shoots over Webb. Shot blocked away, no good. Coming out there with it, Twin Springs is Lindholm. Get it ahead to Smith. Smith for Twin Springs. Has it out front, guarded by Parks. Now pushes him out to center circle. Smith reverses back now, 5-second count on. Here's the lob down low. Lindholm shot off a glass good.
Nice ball movement.
Yep. Yeah, they're finally learning. McMurray has it for Gate City. Takes it to the hole. Shot up around way up good. 50-46. Here's Smith. Quickly in front court with it. Smith crossover dribble. Carries the ball. Yes, he did. Anthony Campbell on the spot with a call. I don't think we give the officials names. Campbell, Starnes, and Shute. I don't believe we give those to start the game. And if you haven't mentioned them, that means they're doing a pretty good job. Timeout on the floor by Twin Springs. They lead Gate City 50-46. 6:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Gate City with the basketball. They trail Twin Springs 50-46. McMurray gets it over to Clark. Lobs it down low for Kilgore. Too tall. Throws it away.
Nice move to the bucket. But like you say, too tall.
Turnover to the Titans. Webb to throw it in. Webb gets it into Warner. Now back to Webb. Get it over here to Smith. Smith across the timeline. Hounded out there by McMurray. Smith picks up his dribble. Gets it to Webb. Webb looks down low for Lindholm. Gets it down low to Lindholm. That's too easy. Shot up good. Twin Springs is learning who to get the ball to and where. McMurray has it swatted away from behind. It'll belong to Gate City. One would have to think eventually they're going to post Lindholm up, him and way up, and get them the ball and let them shoot 3-footers.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Clark with it. Gets it into McMurray. Left alone for 3. Shot good. 52-49. That's a big bucket there by McMurray. 5:15 to go. The Springs leads by 3. Smith, Gate City looking for a defensive play here. Warner has it. Warner gets it to Webb. 15-footer in the air. No good. Rebound Hackney. Hackney gets it over to Clark. Clark across the timeline with it to Will Humphreys. Will to McMurray. He'll shoot the 3. Shot blocked by Dockery. Dockery comes up with it. Get it over to Lindholm. Back to Warren. Now lob it here to Webb. Right of the lane. Webb, his shot up is good. Tyler Webb gives Twin Springs a 5-point lead. 4:30 to go. Kilgore with it. Kilgore spin move on Smith. Baseline jumper won't go. Rebound put back Hackney. No good. Rebound Lindholm for Twin Springs. Lindholm gets it over to Smith. Twin Springs a 5-point lead and the basketball. Smith across the timeline. He just circles left side. Dockery left alone for the 3. Won't go. Rebound Lindholm over the back of Hackney. Knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, that saves off Lindholm, which it was, like you say, over the back.
So it belongs to Gate City. They trail by 5. 4:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. McMurray with it for Gate City. And we'll have a block called. That'll be the 16th foul. Foul on Derek Smith. 16th foul on Twin Springs. Gate City will have it side front court. McMurray to throw it in. McMurray gets it into Clark. Over it comes to Kilgore. In the corner, Bateman. Bateman down low, Clark. Clark leaves it off for Humphreys. Shot up, no good. They say off of Humphreys, out of bounds. So it'll be a turnover to Twin Springs. So Twin Springs with it. Warner in backcourt has it punched away. Stolen away by Bateman. Bateman gets it to McMurray. McMurray in the corner. His jumper for 3, not close. Shot an air ball. Here's a long lead pass in front court to Dockery. Dockery for the layup. Good. 56-49. Twin Springs beginning to pull away here. 3.5 to go. Timeout. Gate City. We'll be back. 15 points down to lead now by 7. 56-49. 3.5 to go. McMurray for Gate City. Circles left side. Gets it to Humphreys. Over to Clark. His jumper up off a glass. Good, and he's fouled.
Yeah, knocked down.
24, Warner picks up the foul. 56-51. Clark can cut it to 4 with the free throw. All kinds of time left in this one.
You read my mind. That's bad.
Plenty of time. There's some perspiration being wiped up off the floor. And Nate Clark.
And the fans on their feet, about half of them too.
Yeah. It's been a good atmosphere. 56-51. Gate City trails by 5. Nate Clark, free throw. Good. Cuts the lead to 4. Substitution. Parks in for Clark. Lindholm on the inbounds, runs the baseline, gets it into Warner. Now gets it back to Smith. Smith across the timeline. Smith with it, drives along the baseline, shot up good. Just drives around McMurray to the bucket. Here's a pass in front court to Humphreys. Humphreys has the ball stripped away, coming up with it, Kilgore. Kilgore's jumper up good.
It wasn't a high percentage shot, but that's a great turnaround jumper.
58-54. Just inside 3 minutes. Here comes Smith again. McMurray will match up defense.
I think they need to. Gate City needs to cut him off the right side. Jesse saw that move before.
Warner has it out front, guarded by Parks. Warner puts it on the floor, takes it to the hole, shot up, no good. Rebound, Humphreys. He's fouled by Webb, no call. That's cheap.
Yeah, it is.
Here driving is Smith. His shot up off glass, no good. Rebound, Kilgore. Webb got away. He got away with his 5th foul.
Yes, he did.
Here's Kilgore to the bucket, shot up good, and Kilgore's fouled by Smith.
That's a makeup, isn't it?
Yeah, I've mentioned it before. Arnie from Wise gets away with things too.
Just unbelievable that Humphreys was knocked out of bounds down here, and they would not call the 5th foul. 58-56, 2:27 to go.
We need a little house cleaning here. Will Humphreys and official Starnes take care of that?
So Josh Kilgore will be shooting the free throw, which is on the way, and no good. Humphreys tips it back out to Kilgore. Get it over to McMurray. McMurray with the ball. He'll shoot the 3 shot. Won't go. Rebound fought for. Twin Springs comes out there with it, and we'll have a foul called on Will Humphreys for the Blue Devils. That is the team's 6th non-shooting foul. It'll belong to Twin Springs and backcourt.
Devils down by 2.
Well, they say that's only 16 fouls, referee Starnes.
Didn't he just signal 1 and 1?
Nate Clark into the lineup for Parks for Gate City. So Lindholm will inbounds. See if the Titans will run somebody long here. Lindholm looks to get it in, can't get it in. 5 seconds. Turnover to Gate City. Lindholm tried to call a timeout, didn't get it called in time.
That's that 5-second deal. You only get 5 seconds.
So the turnover goes to Gate City. Clark will have it. Clark gets it into Hackney. His shot up off the glass, no good. Foul called.
On whom?
I'm not sure.
I've seen 2 fingers is all I'm saying. Oh, that's 2 shots.
Might have been Lindholm, not sure. Jamie Hackney to shoot 2 for Gate City.
When he was turned to the scoring table, all I seen was 2 fingers.
My guess it was on Lindholm. He was in the area. Gate City trails by 2. Hackney shooting 2. Free throw, Jamie Hackney, good.
Low arc, but don't care how, just make it.
Both these teams advance to next week's state quarterfinals, no matter the outcome here tonight. Free throw, Hackney, good.
It's about the trophy and the home field advantage.
So, Twin Springs with it, Warner in backcourt, and what do we have? Timeout on the floor by the Titans. It's tied at 58. We'll be back. Quarter, which is soon to get underway again. We're tied at 58, Gate City and Twin Springs. Smith with it. Now he's guarded by Clark. Smith gets it over here to Warner. Warner lobs it down low. Lindholm, shot off the glass, good. When they need 2 points, they go to Lindholm on the right block. That's where they go. McMurray gets it in the corner to Clark. Clark gets it out front to Humphreys. 1:45 to go. The Springs leads by 2. Hackney looks to make a move. Can't. Needs help. Has it tipped out of his hands, and we'll have a timeout on the floor by Gate City. It's Twin Springs 60, Gate City 58. Will be Gate City with the basketball. 1:37 to go. They trail Twin Springs by 2. Clark has it, gets it over to Kilgore. Kilgore puts it on the floor, spins. Offensive foul called on Josh Kilgore. Drawing the charge, Derek Smith. Kilgore picks it up. That's a team 7th.
That hurts Gate City, big time.
So Twin Springs will have the basketball. They'll be in the 1-and-1 on the, that's a player control foul. No 1-and-1 there, but the next foul will be 1-and-1. Webb on the inbounds, gets it into Dockery. Dockery gets it ahead to Smith. Smith races down forward, gets it down to Lindholm, shot up. And they call an intentional foul on Nate Clark. So they'll give Lindholm 2 shots and Twin Springs the basketball. Unbelievable.
No, it's not. We've seen it before.
Anthony Campbell must have, I don't know where he dreamed that one up from. Lindholm's free throw, good. 61-58, Twin Springs, 3-point lead. Lindholm looks to make it a 4-point lead. Free throw.
Kept his calm.
Good.
And did not get a technical.
So it's a 4-point lead by Twin Springs, and they'll have the basketball. 1:24 to go. Warner on the inbounds. Looks, gets it in the corner to Lindholm. Lindholm gets it back to Warner. Pressure needs to be applied right here. Warner out front, guarded by Hackney. Gets it over here to Webb. Twin Springs has the ball almost thrown away. Webb comes up with it. Webb gets it back out front to Dockery. 60 seconds to go. Twin Springs leads by 4. Warner with it. Gets it back to Dockery. Dockery is fouled by McMurray. So Mark Dockery will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Exactly 60 seconds to go. Twin Springs lead 62-58.
And I suspect Dockery's a good free throw shooter.
You can just about guarantee it. Mark's free throw on the way and good. Make it 63-58. Gate City tied the game at 58 and have been outscored 5-0 since. So Dockery set for his second free throw. Shot up good. So a 6-point Twin Springs lead. Gate City will have Nate Clark with it in front court. Clark puts it on the floor to Hackney. Hackney's shot. They'll say an illegal screen will be called on Nate Clark. So we'll have Mark Dockery. He'll go to the other end. He'll be shooting 2. That's a 10th team foul on Gate City.
That was away from the ball, wasn't it?
So Dockery. It's a 2-possession game. He can pretty much end it right here. Free throw good. 7-point Titan lead. 53 seconds to go. Dockery second. Good. McMurray for the Blue Devils will have it in front court. McMurray takes it all the way to the bucket, dishes off to Hackney. Hackney on the lane, shot dropped away by Lindholm. Lindholm with it, gets it to Kilgore. Kilgore gets it back to Clark, open for the 3, shot by Clark, no good, rebound Dockery. Dockery for Twin Springs. Gets it over to Warner. Back to Dockery. Dockery in front court will be fouled by Will Humphreys. And Mark Dockery will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. Twin Springs will be your Region D champions. They were favored coming into the season and should have been favored coming into the season. And it looks like they will end up being those Region D champions. So Mark Dockery at the line. He'll be shooting 2. Free throw by Mark is good. 67-58. Twin Springs leads by 9. Dockery's second free throw good. Dockery has, we'll count him up here in a minute, but he must have 25 points or more.
Well, like I told you after Arby's, Dockery really is the player that I saw from Twin Springs.
Yeah, Mark's a solid player. He's one of those guys that, Webb and Lindholm get a lot of the press, but Mark's done it on both ends of the floor tonight. You gotta give him credit for that. Has 26 points. 26 points and has done a pretty darn good job of guarding Gate City's Jesse McMurray, too.
Yeah, I mean, he was all over Jesse.
Yeah. So Twin Springs leading here 68-58 with 26.7 seconds to go.
So this should be an interesting state quarterfinal.
Yes, Twin Springs will go on the road. Twin Springs will play, well, they will play on the road. They won't play at Twin Springs, but they'll host the Region C runner-up. Gate City will go on the road to play the Region C champion. That'll be next Friday or Saturday. We'll know on Tuesday. So in the corner, Nate Clark. He'll shoot the 3. Shot good by Clark. Makes it 68-61. Here's a long pass in front court to Dockery. Dockery will drive for the layup. Good. 70-61, 9 seconds to go. Kilgore gets it in the corner to Clark. Shoots the 3 shot, no good. And the ball will be tipped out of bounds. It belongs to Gate City with 2.5 seconds to go.
Earlier, Gate City girls won over J.J. Kelly 38-32. The girls will host.
Here's a long 3 by Clark, no good, and that'll do it here tonight as the Twin Springs Titans have defeated the Gate City Blue Devils 70-61 to claim their second consecutive Region D championship. We'll be back with the final scoring after this
game, so we will tune in on this.
Number 2, thanks to the teams of Region D for the great performance. Now, for all of you, please listen up. For the folks at this tournament who've worked really hard for you, the fans, the teams, all the ladies and gentlemen, their coaching staffs,
they are
they've worked really hard.
going along doing the thinking of all the people that helped put the tournament on, and we'll have the trophy presentations to each team here shortly.
Gate City won earlier over J.J. Kelly 38-32, but the boys come up a little short tonight, 70-61, but the good news is they live to play another day.
Yeah, both teams, wishing you going in. Both teams knew going in. The loser still goes on, and Twin Springs certainly on this night the best team in Region D. You got to give Twin Springs a lot of credit. Early in the year, they didn't live up to people's expectations, but I think certainly in the last couple of weeks here, and especially the last couple of nights, they certainly have. And what a solid basketball team they have, and they certainly have an opportunity to get to the state Final Four. And I got to wish them all the best. And
And he's done such a good job this year. The Twins go next year. But I would like to give a big round of applause to Mr.
I hope he didn't say going to Clinchco next year. I think that's what he heard.
the region tournament will be at Clinchco next year.
Yeah.
And
I have bad news. I won't be there.
The Gate City Blue Devils.
Nothing against Clinchco.
This tournament gets bigger and
Came up short here tonight, but they, advance. And certainly, we'll have to see how the injury to Luke Humphreys pans out. That certainly hurts the Blue Devils somewhat. And the Blue Devils being awarded their Region D runner-up trophy,
which is not a small feat.
No, you get to the Region D championship, you've done well, and then they certainly, both these teams still with a great opportunity to win a state championship.
You've got it, exactly right.
And I think they said Gate City would play at Radford or Florida. Okay. So the Region D championship, as you can tell, goes to the Twin Springs Titans.
But Dockery did a great job on Jesse McMurray tonight, defending him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, without a doubt, they, Dockery, he did a fantastic job, and I'm sure Jesse would tell you that.
Then he knows how to follow the screens, but Dockery was there.
Well, Dockery had, a good size advantage, and, he could match up real good with Jesse, but the Blue Devils.
Dockery's 6'4".
So, without further ado, we'll get into the scoring. Twin Springs tonight had Derek Smith with 8 points. Charles Lindholm had 17. Keith Warner had 8. Tyler Webb 9. And without question, the star of the night, star of the game for Twin Springs, Mark Dockery.
Yeah.
We talked about his defensive effort, and then he goes down on the offensive end, blazes the nets for 28 points. So Dockery, an outstanding night for the Twin Springs Titans. For the Gate City Blue Devils, Logan Bateman had 4 points. Jesse McMurray had 13. Nate Clark, 19. Josh Kilgore. No, it's close, got the last name. Josh Kilgore had 9. Mark Estep with 2. Jamie Hackney had 7. Luke Humphreys had 1. Luke went out with what appears to be a knee injury. Hopefully not too bad, but just quite honestly, it didn't look too good for Luke when he came off the floor
at all.
And Will Humphreys has 6 points tonight for Gate City. So the Blue Devils will travel next weekend to play the Region C champion, and the Twin Springs Titans will play somewhere here close to home. My guess is they'll end up playing at Castlewood. Would be my guess.
You're exactly right.
And they would host the Region C runner-up there. So congratulations to Twin Springs on the Region D Boys Championship. Wish them all the best of luck in trying to bring home a state title to Scott County. And certainly also to the Gate City Blue Devils, who have likewise an equal opportunity still yet to do the same thing. To go on the road and win there, get to the Final Four. You get there, just anything can happen. So hopefully,
we've seen it.
Hopefully in a couple of weeks we can see Gate City and Twin Springs both playing in the Final Four in Richmond. Also tonight, congratulations to the Gate City Lady Blue Devils, the 2004-2005 Region D champions. And Lady Devils will host the Region C runner-up next weekend, while J.J. Kelly will go on the road to the Region C champions. So that's pretty much it here from Clintwood tonight, other than trying to figure out how in the world are we ever going to get out of here.
Not today.
Not anytime soon,
No
it doesn't appear. So, guys, been a good tournament. I know you two are going to have to be tired. You've been over here about every night this week.
Yeah, Coach Collarbro asked me last night, said, "Where are you staying?" I said, "I live in Bristol." He said, "No. You need to get a motel down the street. You've been here all week."
Well, there's a couple down the street, but I'm a doubt not to stay there.
That's why I go to Bristol.
I doubt I'd even visit there for a while. But the Blue Devils,
you're bad.
Just a little bit short here tonight. And
but they live to play another day.
Right,
that's what it's all about.
And like I say, Twin Springs certainly well-deserved victory here tonight. No question about that. And Still hope alive for 2 state champions in Scott County in basketball.
I know how to get to Richmond.
Well,
you go north and turn east. I want to be there.
Well, I wouldn't be able to make that trip, but I hope you get the opportunity, and I hope Twin Springs and Gate City has opportunity to get there, and the boys and the girls. I'm not sure where the state is played there. Maybe Salem. It has been. I don't know exactly.
No, it's in
Is it
Richmond.
at Richmond too?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I guess we can dream ahead and we can ramble on all night, but I'm ready to go back to Scott County and along with a whole bunch of other people in this in this gym here tonight.
I'd like to wish our Blue Devils that got injured tonight a speedy recovery.
Yeah, certainly.
They were hurt early.
Yeah, they were, and Mark came back and played, so he's okay. And but Luke Humphreys, we'll just have to wait and see on that. All we can do is
wish him the best.
Wish him the best. Send our best wishes to him, and hope he heals quickly.
So thanks for listening tonight. We hope to be able to broadcast other contests. This has been a hectic week.
Very hectic.
And 3 Scott County teams win. How much more can you ask for? Good night.